Hey guys, Donald Trump is about to change this country forever, and hopefully it's in a good way. In his first 100 days, Stephen Miller shows us in this clip how Donald Trump has got a bold plan for America's future.
With more on President Trump's upcoming agenda is incoming White House Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy and Homeland Security Advisor Stephen Miller. Stephen, it's great to have you this morning. Congratulations to you. We're very interested in hearing about the road ahead. Let me start off with the conversation I just had with Bill Hagerty, and that is about the priority of border and energy, putting tax extension later in the year. Walk us through why that's the thinking, and if you, in fact, believe that is how this takes place.
Well, I think the plan is to put both on a fast track. First, you can get John Thune and Lindsey Graham have promised that they can get a full funding package for the border, the most significant border security investment in American history, which would be the biggest domestic policy win in at least 50 years, to the president's desk in January or early February. That would mean a massive increase in ICE officers working on the deportation operation that Tom Homan just laid out. That would mean a historic increase in border agents, a pay raise for both, full funding for military operations, full funding for ICE beds, full funding for air and marine operations, full funding for all of the barriers and technology that you need to ensure there's never another Godaway entering this country. Now, President Trump, regardless, on day one is going to issue a series of executive orders that seal the border shut and begin the largest deportation operation in American history. But you're talking about what would be the largest investment in immigration and border security. This is something the Republicans have been talking about for decades, but with Donald Trump, this is something that is going to happen. It will be the most important and significant, as I said, domestic policy achievement in half a century. Then the plan, as Senator Thune has laid out, as incoming Majority Leader Thune has laid out, would be to move immediately at that point. Now we're talking in January, early February, immediately to the comprehensive tax reform package. That's where you have to figure out SALT, right? The state and local deductions. That's where you're going to figure out about different policy baselines that you're going to use for the tax cuts, about corporate tax reform, about trade reform, manufacturing reform, and all those tax policies. And with the 2 or 3 seat majority in the House, obviously, that's going to take some time. So it says nobody, I repeat, nobody is even talking or considering delaying tax. What the Senate has talked about doing is giving the president, within a week or two of taking the oath of office, the most significant domestic policy achievement in at least 50 years. Our Border Patrol, our ICE officers, and every element of our domestic security operation will be fully funded to take down the cartels and eradicate the criminal gang threat in this country once and for all.
Yeah.
Tax reform will happen. It will happen, and it will be the greatest tax bill that we've ever seen. Now, these are not final. These are ongoing discussions and negotiations. But I just want to be very clear that no one's talking about delaying tax reform. What they're talking about doing is, before government funding expires in March, before the debt ceiling expires in June, just days after he puts his hand on that Bible, giving President Trump the biggest domestic policy win that anybody has seen in our lifetimes, Maria.
Yeah, I understand that. And I know nobody knows more about immigration than you. And nobody knows more about these threats than you. And, of course, Tom Homan as well. So I appreciate what you're saying, and I appreciate your work. But, Stephen, is there any way that, or risk that you believe is out there, that if you wait until later in the year to extend those tax cuts in a separate reconciliation package — you're already doing one reconciliation package earlier in the year — if you wait for a second reconciliation in the end of the year, do you believe that there's risk that that doesn't happen?
No, there's zero risk of that for a few reasons. And again, these are ongoing conversations and discussions, Maria, so nothing's even remotely final yet. But there's zero chance of that because, as you know, the tax cuts expire this year. And there's not a chance in the entire world — they expire in the fall — that Republicans are not going to fully extend and expand the Trump tax cuts. There's absolutely zero chance of that. Okay. And we're going to have more members a few months from now than we do right now. And you're not just going to have tax cuts, but you're going to have other fiscal reforms that members badly want. You're going to have energy reforms, maybe additional border reforms. But the very important point in all of this is that with the current size of the majority in the House, there isn't a proposal to pass taxes in February. That's going to take some period of time. Remember, the Trump tax cuts in 2017 were passed in December of that year. We can significantly beat, by the way, that record, significantly beat it. And when President Trump comes into office right away, he's going to fully deregulate the energy market, fully deregulate the financial market, fully deregulate this economy. You're going to get a jolt of job growth and job creation and inflation relief from his deregulatory agenda, unlike anything anyone has ever seen before.
Yeah,
but it's really important to underscore that what John Thune is talking about is not delaying anything. In fact, when you have a massive win, when you've delivered the American people the biggest, most important, most comprehensive border package in history, just days after he takes the oath of office, that kind of momentum, that kind of teamwork and team building will speed the delivery of tax reform. But again, whether we do it in one track or two tracks, remember, Democrats did 2 reconciliation bills.
Yeah.
The president is going to get his agenda enacted through Congress, and it will be historic.
Real quick, Stephen, before you go on foreign policy, what are President Trump's priorities going into office less than 50 days away as we watch Syria collapsing, as we watch Ukraine wanting a ceasefire deal, and, of course, China on the march?
Well, obviously, the events that are unfolding in Syria are a massive setback for Russia, a massive setback for Iran. As President has said, we don't want anything to do with governing the fractious nightmare that is Syria, and obviously we have to have strong immigration controls, to my earlier point, to make sure that nobody from that hellhole that is unfolding right now that has negative or murderous intentions enters the United States. But this just puts more pressure on the regime in Iran to enter a more peaceful phase, and it puts more pressure on Russia to enter into a ceasefire. President Trump's priority, as he's outlined, is going to be peace in the region. Okay, we will leave it there. Great interview, so informative. Stephen, best wishes to you. Stephen Miller joining us.
My goodness, guys. Let me tell you this. This is the most interesting thing about everything that's going on right now with Donald Trump and what he's going to accomplish in the first 100 days. And that is that he has more momentum, guys, more momentum than any other president ever pre-inauguration. I'm making that statement. I'm putting it out there. Let me know in the comments if you disagree. And by the way, guys, thanks for hitting that like button. It really does help out the channel. It helps out the YouTube algorithm. I appreciate everyone for doing that. And subscribing. If you want more videos like this, guys, subscribe. All right, now let's just talk about it just for a second. Because this is the crazy thing, guys. And did you miss the ordering there? Number 1 priority is what? The border. Number 1 priority on Trump's agenda is the border, and they're going to wrap it up, get the legislation out fast. Like I said, most momentum ever pre-inauguration. Largest deportation effort in American history is about to go down early next year. We're going to get rid of the gangs. We're going to get rid of the criminals. ICE is going to be bigger than it's ever been, guys. It's going to be huge. Priority number 1, they're going to take that border. They are going to seal it shut. And I'm so excited that we're getting people like Homan, that we're getting people like Donald Trump in office, guys, that can get this done, because my goodness, what a catastrophe the last administration was. I mean, what was Kamala doing? I'm so glad she didn't get elected, but just look at the damage she's already done. This is what I always tell everyone. We didn't dodge a bullet with Kamala. We got hit. But at least we dodged the second one. All right? We got shot, right? But at least we dodged the second bullet. And then number 2, and this is the big one for me, guys, and that's tax reform. Tax reform. I'm telling you, the tax code in America is criminal. It's criminal, guys, what the American tax code is. Now, I'm not advocating anybody go out there and try to cheat on their taxes. It's better to disagree with this kind of thing outside of prison, okay? So, as for me, I'm paying my taxes. Begrudgingly, maybe, but I'm paying my taxes. But we need tax reform here in America, guys, like never before, guys, because the government is literally stealing the money from the people that live here, from us as Americans, and throwing it away on hopeless causes. It is ridiculous to me, and I've said this I don't know how many times on this channel, that we cannot afford to help our hurricane victims with our tax money, but we can afford to help Ukraine. We can afford to help Israel. We can afford to help NATO. We can afford to help every other country. But when it comes to the people that are, you just got hit here in America, oh, we ran out of money. Absolutely shameful. So Donald Trump, he's going to get in here. Number one, he's going to take care of the border. Number two, he's going to take care of taxes. Number three, he's going to deregulate two massive industries. And guys, can I just say, this is absolutely fantastic economics. You don't need regulation in the energy sector. You don't need energy in the financial sector. Those are the two big sectors, guys, that Donald Trump is going to deregulate. Stop making up rules for how capitalists provide energy for their neighborhoods and for the cities around them. Okay? We've got to deregulate energy. We've got to deregulate the financial market. It's absolutely ridiculous. We've got some pro-crypto people in this place. Now, guys, I could talk about crypto all day long. If you want a whole video on crypto, then like this video, leave a comment down below, and just say more crypto videos. Because I'm a big believer in Bitcoin, crypto. We could talk all about it. And then here's the big thing, guys. This is what Donald Trump is really shooting for, and that is peace. Okay, he may be the most disruptive president here in America, but we've also seen the most peace when he's the one in charge, right? Russia didn't attack anyone when Donald Trump was sitting in the Oval Office. But as soon as we got a weak president like Joe Biden, then Russia felt like they could attack. Then Hamas felt like they could attack. All right? The things that are, the world is so shredded right now. It is so messed up right now from where it was 4 years ago when we had strong leadership from the American, from when we had strong leadership in America. So Donald Trump is going to bring peace. He's going to end the war in Russia. He's going to end the war in Israel. Anyway, guys, that is all for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. And I'm going to see you again tomorrow with another video, guys. I just appreciate everybody. Appreciate all the love, all the support in the channel. I've got a plan to start doing live shows very soon. So all that's coming. We're past our 40th video, and we've got over 10,000 views on the channel. I think we're almost at 250 subs. So I appreciate everyone. Let's keep the momentum going. And I'll bring you all the news, guys, every single day. All right. Y'all take it easy. I'll see you again tomorrow with another video. Peace.